out of all 10 certifications in this playlist, this might be the hardest one. It's deep, it's technical, and it assumes you have actually built things in a production. This is the Databricks Data Engineer Professional. And here is my honest take on whether it's worth the pain. Welcome back to the certification series. Today, Databricks, specifically the professional level data engineering certification, not the associate. Big difference. So why did I take it? Same story as always if you are following this series for a while, because one of my clients is using Databricks. Databricks is one of the dominant platforms in the modern data world, especially in companies doing large-scale processing and machine learning. So coming from a GCP and BigQuery background, I knew the concepts, but Databricks has its own philosophy, the lakehouse, and its own ecosystem, right? I wanted real depth, not a surface level. This exam forced exactly that. So what does it prove? In simple words, that you can build, optimize, and maintain production-grade data pipelines on the Databricks platform. So the keyword is production-grade. The associate exam asks, can you use the platform? The professional exam asks, can you run it for real? With the streaming data, schema changes, security requirements, cost pressure, failures in the midnight, and a business that expect the numbers to be right. The exam covers the whole Databricks universe, Delta Lake as the storage foundation, Unity Catalog for governance, autoloader and declarative pipelines for ingestion. We have a Spark as well through Python and SQL for processing, the Medallion architecture, bronze, silver, gold, plus workflow orchestration, monitoring, CI/CD, and deployment tools like the CLI, the REST API, and asset bundles. The exam works in Python, Spark, and SQL. So let's talk about the details of this exam. It's based on the latest official information I found. The exam has around 60 multiple choice questions and you get 120 minutes. It costs $200 plus tax. Delivered online proctored, the passing bar is around 70%. The certification is valid for 2 years, and to stay certified, you retake the current version of the exam. 2 important notes. First, Databricks recommends real hands-on experience with the tasks in the exam guide, roughly a year of it. I fully agree if you are totally beginner, if you are not coming from another cloud provider. Second one, Databricks has refreshed this exam recently to reflect the current platform. Things like Unity Catalog, serverless compute, and Lakeflow always start from the current official exam guide. I have taken a course in Udemy. It was very helpful. Also, the exam test, practice test, I will put the link in the description to go through them. What do you need to study? I'm going to group them into 6 areas. The first one, Spark and code in Python and SQL. This is the biggest slice. Reading code and predicting what it does, transformations, joins, aggregations, user-defined functions, and how Spark actually execute things, because performance questions hide in there. So this is very important. If I give you a piece of code written in Spark, Python, SQL, you should be able to figure out what it does. We have then the second piece is Delta Lake, deeply, not just it's a table format, transactions, schema evolution, and enforcement, time travel, merge for upserts and change data capture, and optimization features, including liquid clustering, which is the modern answer to partitioning questions. When you go through the course in Udemy, you'll find all of this present there, so it will be very helpful for you. Point number 3, streaming and ingestion, structured streaming, autoloader for continuously arriving files, and declarative pipelines, building the Medallion flow from bronze to gold with data quality expectations built in. Number 4, governance and security with Unity Catalog. So catalogs, schemas, permissions, managed versus external tables. This is very important. And sharing data safely, including delta sharing. Number 5, operations. We have orchestration jobs, monitoring pipelines, debugging failures, reading query profiles, and the Spark user interface. And of course, setting up alerts. And last one, number 6, deployment and cost. CI/CD with the Databricks CLI, REST API, and asset bundles, plus cost and performance optimization, including when serverless compute makes sense. When I prepared for this certification, the biggest lesson was that my BigQuery instincts needed recollaborating. Let me explain. In BigQuery, the platform hides most of the execution details from you. We don't see anything, we just run queries. However, with Databricks shows you the engine and expects you to tune it, understanding how Spark distributes work, how files are laid out, why a join is slow. That knowledge BigQuery never forced me to have, which increased my appreciation to BigQuery. I'm just being honest. And one thing I realized, the medallion architecture, bronze, silver, gold, is really just a good data engineering discipline with nice names. We have raw data preserved, clean data validated, business data curated. I now use that mental model even on projects that have nothing to do with Databricks. It's become globally known. Let me talk about the surprises. What surprised me the most? The first one is code reading. A lot of questions show up a block of Spark or SQL and ask what happens, including the edge cases. If you can't read code fluently under time pressure, this exam will find out. It's not the same as other certifications. It's focused more on code. And the second one is how current the exam is. They keep updating it all the time. Databricks move very fast, and the refreshed exam includes modern topics. For example, Unity catalog everywhere, serverless, asset bundles. So it's a good news for the certification's values, but it's bad news for outdated courses. And the third surprise was not a Databricks trivia. It quietly tests software engineering maturity, like CI/CD, testing thinking, deployment discipline. The platform assumes data engineering are engineers first. Let's talk about the difficulty. I would consider it advanced, of course, because this is the professional one, and hands-on heavy. So in my personal ranking, this sits alongside the Google professional exams, but it's deeper in one platform, where Google is broader across many services. So now the question is, who should take it? I would say working data engineers who already use Databricks. This is your credential and it carries real respect. Also, Spark engineers who want to validate and modernize their skills, and engineers whose companies are migrating to Databricks. Being the certified person during a migration is a career accelerator. Who should skip it for now? Of course, beginners completely. This exam sits at the end of a path, not the beginning. You can start with the associate exam first, but of course, if you feel ready, you can go to the professional one, especially if you already have the experience. For me personally, I did not do the associate one. I felt like it was too easy. Then I thought, okay, let me just jump into the professional one, and that worked. So let me walk you through my preparation roadmap. Step 1, read the current official exam guide. It's detailed, it's very clear. Step number 2, get a hands-on environment. Databricks offers a free edition and trials, so you can build the pipelines yourself. I'd say to keep it short, basically the courses in Udemy are very helpful and they are targeted for the exam. I will put the link in the description. This is not sponsored, but they were actually very helpful. And the instructor there actually keep updating them, which is a good thing. I did not distract myself to learn different things. I was focusing only on these courses, and alongside with the instructor, I practiced the exams and I was ready. So now the question is the Databricks data engineering professional worth it? If you work in Databricks ecosystem or your job market is full of lakehouse roles, I would say yes, and it might be the most technical respected certification in this playlist, precisely because it's hard to fake. Hiring managers know that. If you don't touch Databricks and don't plan to, you can skip it. If you are on the way up, associate first, professional when you have production skills. So the current exam guide, the free environment links, and my study resources are in the description. Next in the playlist, we are going to talk about very interesting certificate. Subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next one.